Everyone, please think of your biggest personal goal. Okay, here you can decide second. You gotta feel this right. Take a few seconds and think of personal biggest goal. Okay. Imagine deciding right now you're going to do it. Imagine telling someone you need to do what you're going to do. Imagine their congratulations and then a high image of you. Does it feel good to say that out loud? Don't you feel one step closer later it's already becoming part of your identity? Well, bad news. You should keep your mouth shut, cause that hurt feeling. Now make it less likely to do it. The repeated psychology has proven that telling someone a goal makes less likely to happen. Tell me how a goal. There's some things need to be done, some work doesn't need to be done to achieve it. Ideally, you will not be satisfied until you actually done the work. But when you tell someone your goal and then acknowledge it, psychologists have found that it's called social reality and the mind comes to chicken the feel that's already done. And then because you feel that satisfaction, you less motivated to the actual work necessary. So this called combinational wisdom. They wish to tell our friends goal, right? So they hold us to it. So let's look at the proof. 1936 Outring, founder of social psychology, called this substitution. 1933, one or more than founders of psychology by others, this was the year maligned. 1982, Peter Gore for this, and 2009, he released some new tests that were published. Goes like this: 163 people across 4 separate tests. Everyone full granted personal goal, and then half of them announced their commitment to the goal to the room, and half didn't. Everyone was given 45 minutes of work that directly leave themselves the goal, but they were told they could stop at any time. Now those who kept them shut worked the entire 45 minutes on average, and they worked afterwards said that they held that had a long way to go still to achieve their goal. But those who announced it quit after 30 minutes on average, and then we asked afterwards said that they felt much closer to achieving their goal. So, if it's true, what can we do? Well, you could resist the temptation to announce a goal. You can delay the gratification that social acknowledgement brings, and you can understand your mind mistake talking for doing. But when you need to talk about something, you can say in a way that gives no satisfaction. Such as, I really want this marathon, so I need to train 5 times a week and kick my ass if I don't. Okay. Audience, next time you tempt to tell your goal, what you will say? Exactly, well done. Well, but you should give him a shot, cause that good feeling now became less likely to do it. The repeated psychology has proven that telling someone a goal makes it less likely to happen. Anytime you have a goal, there are some steps need to be done, some work that needs to be done to achieve it. Ideally, you will not be satisfied until you actually done the work. When you there are some steps that need to be done, some work that need to be done to achieve it. There are some steps that need to be done, some work that need to be done in order to achieve it. In order to achieve it. There are some steps that need to be done, some work that need to be done in order to achieve it. Order to achieve it. Order to achieve it. Order to achieve it. It's order to achieve it. Order to achieve needs to be done in order to achieve it. Needs to be done in order to achieve it. Be done in order to achieve it. Needs to be done in order to achieve it. Be done in order to achieve it. Needs to be done in order to achieve it. Needs to be done in order to achieve it. Needs to be done in order to achieve it. Needs to be done in order to achieve it. Needs to be done in order to achieve it. Needs to be done in order to achieve it. Needs to be done in order to achieve it. Needs to be done in order to achieve it. There are some tasks that need to be done, some works need to be done in order to achieve it. Swipe the need to be done, some work that need to be done in order to achieve it. So, needs to be done in order to achieve it. Needs to be done in order to achieve it. Needs to be done in order to achieve it. Needs to be done in order to achieve it. Needs to be done in order to achieve it. Needs to be done in order to achieve it. Needs to be done in order to achieve it. Needs to be done in order to achieve it. Needs to be done in order to achieve it. Needs to be done in order to achieve it. Needs to be done in order to achieve it. Needs to be done in order to achieve it. Needs to be done in order to achieve it. Not be satisfied until the actual done the work. Be satisfied until the actual be satisfied until you actually done the work. Not be satisfied until you actually done the work. Not be satisfied until you did actually done the work. Not be satisfied until you did actually done the work. Not be satisfied until you did actually done the work. Satisfied until you did actually done the work. Not be satisfied until you did actually done the work. Not be satisfied until you did actually done the work. Not be satisfied until you did actually done the work. Be satisfied until you did actually done the work. Not be satisfied until you did actually done the work. Not be satisfied until you did actually done the work. Until you did actually done the work. There's something that need to be done, some work that need to be done in order to achieve it. Ideally, you will not be satisfied until you did actually. Not be satisfied until you did actually done the work. Not be satisfied be satisfied until you did actually done the work. Not be satisfied until you did actually done the work. When you tell someone your goal and they acknowledge it, psychologists have found that it's a core social reality that the mind is treating a field that's already done. Psychologists have found that it's core social reality. Psychologists found everyone, please think of your biggest personal goal. Okay, Federica, you can take a second, you gotta feel this right. Take a few seconds and think of a personal biggest goal. Okay. Imagine deciding runner you're going to do. Imagine telling someone new today what you're going to do. Imagine their congratulations and their high you. Does it feel good to say that aloud? Don't you feel one step closer or realize role becoming part of your identity? Well, bad news. You should keep your mouth shut, cause that good feeling. Now we could last like to do it. The repeated psychology have proven that telling someone a goal makes it less likely to happen. Anytime you have a goal, there's some things that need to be done, some work that need to be done in order to achieve it. Ideally, you will not be satisfied until you do action and work. But when you tell someone your goal and then acknowledge it, psychology have found that they call the social reality that's manifesting the feeling that's already done. And then because you feel that satisfaction, you're less motivated to do the actual hard work necessary. So this golden conventional wisdom that we should tell our friends are low, right? So hold it to it, hold us to it. Let's look at the proof. 1936, Carl Train, founder of social psychology, called this substitution. 1933, Marmor found as a chronology by others with in the manner. 1982, Peter Corres for the Colbert test, and 2009, he did some new tests that were published. Goals like this. 163 people across 4 separate tests. Everyone wrote down their personal goal. Then half of them announced their commitment to this goal to the room, and half didn't. Then everyone's given 45 minutes of work that directly lead them to other goal, but they don't take this off any time. The videos kept them a shot, worked the entire 45 minutes on average. Afterwards, said that they felt that they had a long way to go still to achieve their goal. But those who announced it quit after only 33 minutes on average, and then asked afterwards said that it felt much closer to achieve their goal. If it is true, what can we do? Well, you could resist the temptation to announce your goal. You can delay the gratification that social technology brings. You can understand your mind mistake the talking for doing. But if you do need to talk about something, you can state in a way that it gives no satisfaction, such as, I really want this marathon, so I need to find 5 times something I might kiss my last or don't, okay? Or then, next time attempt to set some of your goal. What do you say? Exactly, well done.